Kevin Ragsdale. And two players, I believe, have resolved mulligans. Are going to go ahead and get started right any second now.
Jeff Hoogland on the right. 0-1 with his black-green demon deck.
Loving Wilds, Hinterland Harbor. So I was saying before, Kevin Ragsdale's deck has 3 Celestia Guild Gates in it. He's just really is all about developing the mana base. Most of his lands are going to come into play tapped every turn. It's really almost like a Vivid control deck, but in the absence of Vivid lands, he's just playing a ton of duels.
Right, I mean, when you're going to play the best spell on every spot in the curve, all you want to do is make sure you have the mana for these spells.
He has 4 Glacial Fortress and 0 Hallowed Fountain. Oh no, sorry, 4 Hallowed Fountain, sorry. So yeah, he has 4 of both, my mistake. Right, turn to Farseek from Hoogland. It gets his mana base really humming there. And we see Plains out of Ragsdale. No plays, we'll pass back. Hoogland will take turn 3.
Yeah, and see right now, Jeff Hoogland, Forest Woodland Cemetery already.
Right.
So Mutilate just really would not be the card he wants here.
Another Woodland Cemetery from Hoogland will make Liliana of the Veil.
And that is super powerful. He can even pay for Syncopate right here.
We'll have both players discard, and Ragsdale will think twice before discarding. He does have to make sure that if he's going to go on this plan of Liliana eating Ragsdale's entire hand, that he does not lose to a Sphinx's Revelation.
Right.
But having Liliana down this early seems pretty key. Supreme Verdict is discarded, and so is Abrupt Decay.
Yep, put him back in the binder. They won't be needed this game.
Yeah. Guildgate from Ragsdale. No plays.
Possibly holding up Essence Scatter or Syncopate here.
Yep, Hoogland on 5. It's going to make both players discard again. It's going to be an Evolving Wilds and a Centaur Healer, and then Desecration Demon from Hoogland, as that's going to get very quickly Essence Scattered. Hoogland's down to 1 card in hand, which Hoogland's trying to aggressively activate that Liliana and get rid of all his own cards. 4th land from Ragsdale, that's pretty clearly representing Restoration Angel. He's going to try to stop the Liliana from ultimating.
Right, this is a great situation for Hoogland, though, because assuming he has any spell he can play, he'll be able to empty his hand here.
Cavern and Guildgate. So there's Restoration Angel that comes down. No land by Hoogland. He just has but 1 card left.
No land, no kill spell. Makes me wonder what that last card in his hand is.
Yeah. Angel knocks Liliana down to 3. Yeah, if he can't answer that Angel, this isn't going to matter.
Oh, it's a Vraska the Unseen. Okay.
It's an Edict away the Angel and Farseek. I think he clearly is playing on this counter magic, and another Angel I think is going to come. Okay, going to Sphinx's Revelation for 2 for Ragsdale. Puts him up to 22.
Yep, it's best Inspiration Impersonation here.
Yeah, Inspiration paying an extra life to gain 2.
Good.
An okay card. It's really that versatility that's excellent.
And Jeff Hoogland can't be too upset to see that.
And there we come. Here we go with Thragtusk again. Kevin Ragsdale's life total going up. Now at 27. 2 lands in play. Liliana has no choice but to plus if he wants to use it. Hoogland's going to make a 2nd Planeswalker. This one's Vraska the Unseen. It's going to exile Thragtusk, but Ragsdale will get a 3/3. So he'll get to have his choice of Planeswalkers. Hoogland really likes the last card in his hand. He's not going to plus the Liliana.
No, I think it's an Abrupt Decay. If I'm Ragsdale, I'm pretty sure I'd just take out the Vraska here.
Yeah, I'm not particularly scared of Liliana.
Now, Liliana on 1 is not too impressive.
And there's the power of Thragtusk. And he's actually going to go hit he's going to take out Liliana and then flank his own Planeswalker. This one's Jace, though.
Okay.
Syncopate, 2nd Jace, negate. Hoogland can't like any of these choices. Remember, he has Abrupt Decay, so actually none of these are going to die. Or none of these, no, it's not going to get countered, but the bigger problem, which clearly faces Hoogland here, is that there's Jace and more Jace.
Right.
He's down cards in hand, and he's down cards in the future. Ragsdale will ship the Jace to a double counter spell. So while Hoogland's Abrupt Decay won't be countered, it's going to be hard-pressed to resolve any other spell.
Abrupt Decay, unfortunately, just can't quite counter a Planeswalker. It can come very close, but...
Thragtusk of Zone, this is playing around Syncopate. That was a freshly drawn Thragtusk, and none too soon. And Vraska will know mercy. And that will bring back to Kevin.
Yeah, now that Vraska is threatening to kill that Jace as early as next turn if he wants it to.
I think we see entreat the Angels in Ragsdale's hand. Yep, Beast will trade with Thragtusk. Beast token over for Hoogland. Oh, 2 Beast tokens. We only have 1. And Ragsdale will get rid of his Jace. We see Sun Petal Grove, Restoration Angel, and Hallowed Fountain. And Hoogland will go lands versus spells. Ragsdale will opt for the spell.
So Ragsdale now sitting on 2 counter spells and a Restoration Angel.
And he has a Think Twice in his yard. So Vraska the Unseen, right now, able to destroy another permanent. A lot of times this card works as a double Vindicate, is kind of the best thing you can hope to have it do in Standard. The -7 oftentimes not as powerful as -3 +1 -3.
Right.
So Thragtusk is going to come down for another one for Ragsdale. He's now up to 32. Jeff once again really has shown that resources. It's very hard to outmuscle Thragtusk on the resource front.
Yeah, and now the Vraska's probably going to have to -3 kill the Thragtusk and Abrupt Decay take out the token.
It's possible. He may hold out for something better. This is one of the last windows he has to resolve something. And he's going to agree with that line. He's going to take the 3/3 and he's going to make Blood Gift Demon. Blood Gift Demon, remember, is a Phyrexian arena for either player. Remember, these two players at, I believe it's 32 and 25. So life totals being as irrelevant as they are, Blood Gift Demon is going to be one of those must-answer cards. So a Syncopate and a Negate in Hoogland's hand. Blood Gift Demon will knock Hoogland down to 24, drawing him an extra card.
Yep, the life total is not that relevant in this matchup. Generally, the life totals change in huge chunks, huge swings. And Jeff Hoogland looks like he drew a Desecration Demon.
Yeah, I'm not sure if you want to make that Desecration Demon right now. He's going to hit in with, he's just going to Farseek instead.
Yeah, he's going to play around Syncopate for as long as possible here. He's going to make Kevin Ragsdale tap out, as opposed to do it himself. And the Beast trade. Kevin Ragsdale with the land. And that's it.
Alright. Okay, it's possible that Ragsdale... Okay, so what happens is that Ragsdale missed one of his Thragtusk triggers. These are actually the correct life totals as you see on the board.
So Blood Gift Demon gets in, drops Kevin to 17.
He's going to put down Pithing Needle. I believe he's going to... I would probably name Jace here, although, to be honest, there's only one Jace left.
Yeah, I think I named Tamio.
The question is whether it's better to preemptively name a Planeswalker or wait until he casts one. And it's on Jace.
Wow, that's pretty surprising. One's on the bottom of Kevin Ragsdale's deck, one's in the graveyard. And he only has one available in the 75.
Yeah, I would assume that he has, 4, so it'd be a 2-outer. Alright, and Ragsdale appears just to be flooding here. So Blood Gift Demon knocks Kevin Ragsdale down to 12. And Blood Gift Demon really has just done heavy lifting and bringing Jeff Hoogland back into this game. He's going to make a second demon. This one's the Desecration Demon. He has to make sure that's going to get syncopated for a lot of mana. That's pretty nice. That Syncopate is, I think it just taps everything. Is a pretty big tell that Ragsdale does not have a sweeper in hand.
Yeah, I mean, there was a little brave tapping out by Jeff Hoogland for that Desecration Demon. The Supreme Verdict would really be pretty bad for him.
I believe Hoogland still does have a Think Twice in his... Ragsdale has a Think Twice in his yard. I think he's forgotten about his own Think Twice. Anyway, Entreat the Angels is going to come down. That's going to make 3 Angels.
3 4/4 flyers, and Jeff Hoogland really needs to sever the bloodline here.
Right, well, fortunately, the demon will attempt to go get one for him. He's going to ultimate price one of them.
Yep, Hoogland down to 21, draws an extra.
Looking for a sever, and yeah, I was going to say, I was wondering whether or not that ultimate price was a little hasty.
Probably was.
Well, sometimes you get into this habit where you want to instep your spells because it's like being mana efficient, but sometimes that extra information is all you actually need. Were he to not draw on the sever, he could untap and probably spend 2 of his main phase mana to ultimate price something.
Exactly. I mean, oh wow. So there's the verdict.
Actually, let's hit the Supreme Verdict. It's a little late. The Blood Gift Demon's really already done his damage.
Yeah, Jeff Hoogland with a full hand. I think he has 4 in hand right now, all spells. Make that 5.
And there you go, back to Thragtusk.
Up to 26 for Jeff Hoogland, 7 for Kevin Ragsdale.
Yep, it's that grindy matchup, because you'd think Ragsdale would be in trouble, but remember, he's just one Thragtusk and Resto Angel from being right back in this.
Exactly. He draws a Thragtusk. He's in great shape.
Yeah.
No Angels of Serenity, though.
So yeah, so can't get too out of control.
Jeff Hoogland's probably really worried about that card, but little does he know, there's 0 in Ragsdale's staff.
Yeah, Ragsdale down to 2. Staff of Nin for Hoogland. He's got so many Phyrexian Arena effects.
Yep, and that gets negated.
Yeah. A negate he knew about, so Hoogland, you know, really kind of almost cast that straight to the graveyard.
Right. Just frees up his mana for next turn.
All right, and see if he has him on the swing. Restoration Angel in play. And it's going to get ultimate priced, which will probably get snap negated.
Okay, so Jeff Hoogland does not get the kill this turn. That Thragtusk will be double blocked down. No, I guess only...
Single block down.
Oh, yeah,
It's good enough to single block it.
Single block.
It's the 5/3, not a 3/5.
Right. And another Staff of Nin eats the last card in Ragsdale's hand to dissipate.
Yep, so the second Staff of Nin has been boarded in here. And it's just Snapcaster Mage there. 1 card in Ragsdale's hand. Luliana's gonna attempt to. Now he's gonna find the thing twice.
Here we go. Draw a card.
There you go. All right, and Jeff Hoogland takes game 2. So we see the strength of Hoogland's deck in this matchup is that he has more arena effects than Ragsdale. So the card I'm referring to is Phyrexian Arena. That's typically the name I've given to effects. It's a 1 black for enchantment. At the beginning of your upkeep, draw an extra card, gain and lose a life.
Isn't that an enchant land?
It is an enchant land currently in the format too. It's I could say the Underworld Connections fight. Which is actually surprising that Jeff Hoogland has opted for Staff of Nin over Underworld Connections.
Yeah, actually, we were just talking about this last night. The 1 mana that the Underworld Connections effectively costs every turn is just...
It's fairly relevant.
Huge.
Yeah, that sort of effect, the drawing extra cards effect, really wants more lands. So taking out one of your own lands to do it is pretty relevant. That said, 3 and 6 are such different numbers. I might still like it more in Hoogland's deck. But I think Hoogland instead just keep going, certainly once on the battlefield, you know, the Staff's a better card.
Yeah, it's just a question of whether it can get there.
Yeah, what I think might be the problem, what I would see with Underworld Connections, is that if you cast Underworld Connections on turn 3, or maybe we'll say turn 4, you'll rarely find a time where you can actually tap a land for it, because since your whole curve exists at 4 and 5, actually tapping that extra land to get a card off Underworld Connections would mean that you're time walking yourself. So you'll have a lot of situations where you just can't make the tap, in which case I guess Staff of Nin may be the better card here.
Exactly. I mean, if drawing that extra card keeps you from casting a Blood Gift or a Desecration, then it's definitely not worth it. Not usually, anyways. So, I like the idea behind Jeff Hoogland's deck. I think it has a long way to go, though. It feels really clunky. Again, just not much to do before that 4 or 5 mana mark.
Yeah. So what Ragsdale's going to have to do is keep those arena effects in check as much as he can.
Yeah, I mean, we saw him win the first game with a succession of Thragtusk and Restoration Angel. Jeff Hoogland did not have a removal heavy draw that time, and it really seemed like once he was able to kill the first Thragtusk, everything else fell into place. Because game 1, he wasn't able to kill that first Thragtusk.
All right. So game 3, you have a turn 1 Hallowed Fountain from Ragsdale, Evolving Wilds from Hoogland. That's gonna no play from Ragsdale. A Sun Petal Grove. We'll get a Swamp.
What sets that Wilds from?
That is a promo Wilds of some sort. I'm not positive on the kind of promo it is. I'll try to get back to you here. And
So Overgrown Tomb Go from Jeff Hoogland. Both players content to just develop that mana base. And
Wow, that's huge. In this matchup, I almost want to say I don't think you can keep a hand with only 2 lands in it. It's just too much of a liability. Wow,
yeah, and he's discarding.
Yeah, and Hoogland very correctly playing around the Syncopate. That's
yeah,
it does get negated, but I really like Hoogland played around the Syncopate.
Yeah, there's nothing like playing into a Syncopate and then playing the land that would have let you play around it. We've all done that play, and it never feels good.
Alright, and the 3rd land is hit by Ragsdale. Still has no plays, but...
Oh wow, and that's a Cavern on Demon, tapping out for Blood Gift. That's huge. And Rift returns it to Hoogland's hand.
And that was actually the FNM Evolving Wilds. So, alright. Centaur Healer will come down for Ragsdale. Ragsdale moves up to 23 life, but he's gonna have to deal with those demons. Blood Gift Demon now, uncounterable from Hoogland.
It looks like Jeff Hoogland kind of snuck that land into play as he was saying go. It must have been all in one motion kind of thing. And yeah, it looks like Ragsdale just passing on 3.
Right. So you have to think, in this matchup, I would much rather keep a 5-land hand than keep a 2-land hand from either side of this board. Actually, each card has such high impact that you're with Ragsdale's deck. Maybe you kept a 5 or 6-lander. You're only one think twice away from making that an acceptable hand. But the 2-lander, you need to really have like 3 of the top 4 of your cards be lands to make that a good hand.
Right. When your best when your best card and your crutch in the matchup comes at 5 mana for Thragtusk, that's pretty far away from 2.
It's not even just Thragtusk. Like, you don't want to stop at 5. You want to hit to 6 and 7.
Right.
And that's, I think, off a 2-lander, that's just not. You just can't do that. And he's really being punished for it. Hoogland now aggressively, he's severing the Centaur Healer. Blood Gift Demon taking the game home again. So Jace, the Architect of Thought, will be made by Kevin Ragsdale. That's going to be -2 into Restoration Angel, Forest, and Snapcaster Mage. This is a tough decision for Hoogland because, yeah, he's going to say land and spells, and Ragsdale will take the Forest.
Yep, instantly by both players deciding there. They both know that Kevin just needs those lands. He has no shortage of things to do with his mana. And while the life totals are even right now at 18, this game is definitely not too close here. Jeff really, really far ahead.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing that you have to worry about is if Jeff floods out, but, I don't think that's going to happen. Vraska for Hoogland. He just wants to push the damage. Vraska will get the Jace, and Blood Gift Demon will hit Kevin.
Yep. Now, the Vraska is a non-land permanent. Jeff would have loved to have actually hit a land there, but he couldn't do that. So he'll have to settle for the Jace.
5th land from Ragsdale, and yep, here. All right, so Ragsdale is going to try to life his way back into it with enough Thragtusks and enough Angels. He could get back in this game.
Yeah.
Such is the power of Thragtusk Angel that he might be able to do it. So 2 cards off Blood Gift Demon. The problem is that 2 cards are just so good at burying Kevin.
Yeah, if you give a rock deck an arena effect
for enough turns,
yeah.
So Liliana will Edict away the Thragtusk, making a 3/3. That'll get ultimate priced, and this is exactly what I mean. Vraska will no mercy. Blood Gift Demon will hit Ragsdale back down to 13, and still a full grip for Hoogland.
Syncopate not so good against resolve permanents, but Ragsdale will fight on.
Another Thragtusk puts him up to 18. He then plays a 6th land, which is a Gilgit into play tapped, but still too many resources for Hoogland. This is just still, to me, seems too late. 2 more cards, and another ultimate price. And Liliana will make both players discard. Hoogland will get rid of probably a land, and the Syncopate hits the bin for Ragsdale.
Yeah, it's over, baby.
2 more ultimate prices.
Scoop them up, Kevin.
And a No Mercy by Vraska. Blood Gift Demon puts him down to 13. He'll pass back.
Vraska poised to kill a non-land permanent. The Liliana can make him sack a creature, and really Jeff Hoogland just has this board locked down. Starting to go to work on Kevin Ragsdale's hand. He's almost out of cards himself, even after Blood Gift Demon. He can just play so many spells right now.
Right. Well, you know, he's now, like, by plussing Liliana, he's negating his own extra card.
Right.
So he actually is just playing a normal amount of cards, but Ragsdale's down to 2 cards. This should be pretty much over. Ragsdale drops down to 8 from Bloodgift Demon. And then Thragtusk, that's going to get Essence scattered. That's fine.
Vraska up to 5 right now.
Right. Probably will never make Assassins. You probably just keep it there as a large Vindicating Machine.
Probably.
And Liliana pluses again. This time gets a Dissipate. All those counter spells not doing anything. Kevin Ragsdale down to 3.
Yeah, Kevin Ragsdale really just needs a Cyclonic Rift.
Another Farseek from Hoogland.
Cyclonic Rift is maybe the only card that could get him back into this game.
And even that's going to be really hard. Ragsdale, yeah, he'll draw extra cards, scoop it. Jeff Hoogland defeats Kevin Ragsdale 2-1. Black-Green Demons moves into the 2-0 bracket.
Wow, Black-Green Demons. Who'd have thought it coming into the weekend? Hoogland, though, has a long way to go. There are 9 rounds in this tournament. He'll have to go 8-1 or 7-1-1 to make the top 8, so it's not an easy road. So if you are just joining us, I'm Zach Gall.
Matthias Hunt. Yeah, we just finished round 2 of 9 in the Standard Open. We saw Jeff Hoogland and his basically win 2 games over Bant Control off the power of Bloodgift Demon.
Yeah.